Grab your libations. No water here. I'll take 2 fingers of larceny. Your finest craft beer, barkeep.
Cheers, everyone, and welcome to the Unfiltered Gentleman. No matter how you take your hooch, we've got something ice cold and on tap. Now, serving it to you straight and unfiltered, here are Greg, Scott, and Dan.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Welcome in, everybody. It is the Unfiltered Gentleman. We're here. You're here. You made it.
Yes.
Welcome. Let's get some beers ready.
Yes.
Going East Coast style. Spoiler alert. Thanks for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for telling friends about the show. We hear from people that, hey, my buddy told you about the show. And it's cool. I like beer too. Hey, thanks.
Then there you
we
go.
love beer. So
Yes.
high five to you.
That's right.
So keep on telling your friends. We much appreciate it. It's the only way the word gets spread. So keep on spreading. I'm Greg. Over there, that's Scott.
Giggity.
And all right. Vagina boop. And that's Dan.
Boop boopy doop.
Dan is once again not with us this
man.
week. I'm starting to think he did die.
Yeah, MIA.
Yeah. Apparently, the Fred Flintstone car is not doing so well. His feet got tired. He couldn't pedal his way out here. So
It's hard going uphill.
it is. So hopefully we get Dan back next week. One can only hope. Sorry, what?
He could, I guess, Uber or something.
If only he knew someone who Ubered.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Strange.
He's missing out. We had some good beer last week. We have some good beer to talk about this week.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very excited. I haven't tried it yet. I'm very excited about it. I've heard many a thing, so I can't wait. Wow. Spoiler alert. Our burp word of the week, it's already begun, is happy birthday.
Oh, wow.
Because even though he's not here, we're going to celebrate Dan's birthday.
Oh, man. We'll celebrate more than when he was here.
Yeah. It might even be a bigger party.
Probably.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're going to have a couple of beers today.
Oh, man. We get to drink his birthday beer.
Yeah, absolutely. I was saving this one for Dan. It's a hoppy IPA,
Yes,
and he's not here, so that's a shame. Before we move on, ringtone. You guys want that Beer Science ringtone? We all know you do. Go to the iTunes store, search for Beer Science, or if you've got a Droid, go to tunes.co. It's TUU, 2 U's, NES.co. Search for Beer Science. Get yourself our Beer Science ringtone, and you'll be the coolest kid on the block. Oh, and I'm going to break the song. That was totally my fault. So tunes.co and the iTunes store. Search for Beer Science. All right. I need to get into what we're drinking because I'm very excited.
Grab your libations, pals. It's time for beer of the week.
And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
We got 2 beers here today. Let's say about the first one because we haven't tried the second one yet. Or haven't poured the second one yet. This is thanks to listener Alex. You can follow him on Twitter at Alex Burr, AlexBurr 42. Alex Burr 42 on the old Twitter. Him and I did a beer trade a month or so ago. And part of the pack, he's from Florida, and he sent over some Florida beers.
Oh, wow.
I got the Cigar City Brewing. I'm gonna just fuck this name right up. Alai. It's JAIALAI IPA, and I've heard a lot of good things about this. So I thought this one I'll be nice and I'll save for the show. And he also sent, we'll drink this in a little bit, the Perrin Brewing Company Triangulation, which is an Imperial Oatmeal Stout. I figured we should probably drink the IPA first before we get on to the Imperial Stout. So anyways, this is Cigar City Brewing Alai IPA. Please correct me on that name. This is from Cigar City in Florida. This baby is rocking a 7.5% ABV and 70 IBUs. It's, I'd call that color copper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take a little sip here. I'm finally trying it. Tropical. Sorry for my mouth noises.
Tropically hoppy.
Tropically hoppy. I like that's a good. That's a good explainer right there.
New description.
That's the smartest you've sounded on this show.
Wow.
Tropically hoppy. We've reached our peak.
I listen to this show over and over.
Yeah, batch 42, and we're done. It's all downhill from here.
Wow.
Yeah, it is tropically hoppy. You got a lot of tropical notes on the front. I even get a little bit of. I'm gonna try this again, but I think the malt is a little caramely. See, maybe you get a little caramel in there. Mm-hmm. Yep. You get like a little caramel towards the end, which is a good malt balance. Here's the thing. This baby is rocking a 94 on Beer Advocates. A 100.
Wow.
From the Bros.
Wow.
2 weeks ago, we had Founders Centennial IPA that had a 99 from the Bros. And almost perfect. This one apparently is a perfect from the Bros.
Bros like this.
I am going to have to disagree.
Uh-oh.
While I am enjoying this beer, I don't think 100 is appropriate. I like the Founders Centennial IPA.
I have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I liked it better. If Founders... Let's say the benchmark for 99 is Founders Centennial IPA, then I would say this one gets like an 87 or 88 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great beer. It's a great IPA, but I think Founders a little better than this one.
I think so. I'd have to give this one high 80, low 90, like you said.
Yeah, and you know, as this one sits in my hand and warms up a little bit, it honestly is getting a little bit better. I think the ice cold is allowing or not allowing some of the flavors to come out as it warms up just a smidge. It's getting a little bit better, but I have to give the edge to Founders if we're going to compare this. So I think a 94 is a bit high from the Bros. I think they're clearly from the East Coast, and they're giving a little preferential treatment over there. So, anyways, this is the Alai IPA from Cigar City.
Cigar City Brewing. That's an interesting name.
Down there in Florida, you know, a lot of Cuban cigars and stuff. So we will, as we get on with this one, we will get to the Perrin Brewing Company Imperial Oatmeal Stout Triangulation. It's an East Coast kind of day.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. All right, what else? We're gonna start a turf war. Before we get to Beer Girl, we also have the BeeredBlackMan today.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Ralph's checking in a little bit too. We have an email from a listener, another email. That's good. Some beer news and even a Tales from Uber. We haven't had one of those in a while. But before we get to all that, let's get into just a little bit of crotch talk.
Have a grievance to share? It's time for a crotch talk.
I must apologize. I don't have a grievance to share. Shocking.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a few things to share, though. First of all, I learned a new thing recently. I like the origins of like phrases. You know, it's like, who the fuck decided to say that? You know, broadside of the barn, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Some the other day we were talking, and I said, as the crow flies. And I said, why the fuck do people say as the crow flies? And I'm like, well, goddamn. It's like I don't have this magical box in my pocket that I can look it up. So I looked it up, and this is really cool. Apparently, the people on ships back in the day would release a crow to find out where land is because crows will fly directly to land, like the closest, piece of land.
Mm-hmm.
So they would, as the crow flies, they would fly right to land. So that's why they also have the crow's nest. And then as the crow flies comes from releasing crows to find land. So, like that's the distance as the crow flies.
Oh, okay.
So I know it's nerdy, but I found it cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
What else? Oh, I went to Disneyland over the weekend.
Ooh.
And this time they let me in.
Oh, wow.
Yay. Congratulations to me.
Must have let their standards down.
Yeah, apparently. It wasn't like last time. Dropping my pen. And I wanted to mention that I finally got to do some craft beer experimenting while I was there, some research, if you will. And I had some of Carl Strauss's new offerings.
Ooh.
If anybody's been to California Adventures at Disneyland, they'll know that Carl Strauss is one of the setups there, and you can get a lot of their beers. And they always have a couple of their mainstays, and then they'll also have a seasonal or two here and there. Well, they had some new ones. I don't know if they're new to Carl Strauss or just to Disneyland or what, but they had some good ones. They had a brand new one called Follow the Sun Kolsch. It was, if you guys like Kolsch, you like that lighter kind of Germany malty beer. It was really surprisingly good. They had a new amber that was there that the lady friend liked a lot. Not my cup of tea, but it was, it was well done. And they also had a new session IPA called Mosaic Session, and that was really good. It's definitely a hot Disneyland day kind of beer. And then their other new one was a Hefeweizen, and we started the year off with the Hefeweizen, and I stated that Hefs are coming back.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to be cool again, and I welcome all oncoming well-crafted Hefeweizens because I had this discussion with a lady friend as I was drinking it because it was pretty good. It seemed like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago when craft beer was kind of a little younger than it is now, the cool thing was to make a Hef, and like you had people doing knockoffs. You had like Blue Moon and Shock Top got super popular for a couple of years, and it kind of just blew up the Hef market, and then Hefs kind of disappeared. And now it seems like they're starting to come back a little bit, and people are actually taking the time to craft delicious Hefs. And Karl Strauss did a pretty good job on theirs too, so wanted to highlight that.
Oh, nice.
So good job, Karl Strauss.
Yeah. I remember going through the Blue Moon stage.
Mm-hmm. We were all teenagers at some point.
Yes, we were.
Also, I did a really fantastic beer tasting over the weekend we've discussed it here on the show before. It's called Wade's Wines. It's in Westlake Village, California. And I'm going to have to get you there one of these days. Because good Lord, did they have a lot of good beer.
Yeah, I got to stop in there. Because I see it on the, like when I drive by, I can see the signs.
Yeah, you can see it from the freeway on
Yeah.
the 101 there. It's very Southern California.
I very seldom drive by a beverage place, so I'll have to stop in.
Instead of like Gaydar, you have like Beerdar.
Yep.
Like, there's beer and you're like, what? I smell it.
Yeah.
They had a Lost Abbey library tasting. It was some Lost Abbey aged beers, and I love Lost Abbeys, especially their darks. They do such a good job. So the beers they had there for the tasting, very special tasting, was Mayan Apocalypse Judgment Day from 2012, the Brandy Angel Share from 2010, Deliverance 2011, and my favorite of the night was track number 8 from 2014. It was an ale brewed with raisins, aged with bourbon barrels and cinnamon and chili. So it had a little bit of that spice, kind of like Choco Base is very like in your face spicy, so I don't want to really compare it to that. But it had just a hint of that spice, but it was nice and smooth, and it definitely had that bourbon barrel taste, and you got the cinnamon in it. It was so good. I'll post a picture. It just looks like 4 glasses of motor oil that I was drinking, and it kind of felt that way too. Great mouthfeel and all of them. They were super dark and sticky, and
wow.
I just went down the line. I was like, here's 5W30, here's 10W30, here's 20. So anyways, yes, thank you to Wade's Wine. That was effing delicious. That was a great beer flight from them. 2 more things I want to mention. The first is I talked about this about a month or so ago of trying to get together like a group tasting with all our listeners. Like you try it, we'll try it, and then we'll all kind of converge on the same day and talk about it. And I was thinking, like, what beer can people pretty regularly get? And I realized maybe it should be Fat Tire. Because I think for a lot of us, Fat Tire was like that gateway beer into craft beer. Because it's like, all right, so Bud Light was whatever. And then, Fat Tire is pretty good. And it's like, okay, what else we got? And you kind of stepped up from Fat Tire. And I've heard from a lot of people that was their gateway. For me, this is what will make it interesting. For me, I was not a huge fan when I was first getting into craft beer. And I haven't had Fat Tire in a very long time. So I'm thinking, I want all the listeners to go out there, and have a Fat Tire, and then give us a review of what you thought of this Fat Tire. And it can be a voicemail at 805-538-BEER. That's 2337. You can record it on your little voice memo app and then email it to us, theunfilteredgentleman@gmail.com. It can also just be an email, or you can tweet us or DM us, whatever you want to do. But we want you to go out there, drink a Fat Tire. I know this is rough homework. Drink a Fat Tire, and then give us your review on what you think of it. What you think of it now. Don't remember it from 6 years ago, the last time you had it. Drink it soon. Drink it and fresh, and tell us what you think. And then I think in about a month or so, we'll have it on the show. We'll review it. We'll have your reviews. So please get your reviews to us. We'll start compiling those. I think that'll be fun. And then from there, we'll move on to, different beers. But I figure what's easiest for people to find? Well, Fat Tire's going to be easy for everybody to find. It's a well-made craft beer, so let's start with Fat Tire, and then we'll go on from there. I'm sure Stone will be next, or Firestone. Something easy to find, like a DBA or a Stone IPA or something like that. So I want people to be able to find us. And hey, I'll take recommendations too. If you think there's another beer that's really easy to find, a craft beer,
it's good.
Then let us know.
Yeah.
But please get us your Fat Tire beer reviews. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And then finally, don't really need the music, but I'm going to play it anyways because I love it.
Boozing on a budget. We can't buy pockets like you know this. Boozing. Budget beer on tap. It's hopeless. We all sober. Beer so fly. Can't buy. You know this. Boozing. Hops and malts. Oh my. Stay focused. Boozing on a budget.
Always looking for an opportunity to play that song. So I hit up Total Wine. For those of you who don't have a Total Wine in your area, it's like a Bevmo. If you don't have either of those, it's like the Vons of beer. Or people don't always have Vons. The grocery store of beer. Vons is actually pretty local.
Vons, Kroger,
or whatever. Yeah, whatever. Ralph's. I don't know. Yeah, the Costco.
Yeah.
Not quite as big as Costco, though. Anyway, so I went to my local Total Wine here. And I wanted to tell you about this because I want you to find your local Total Wine or Bevmo or anything of that ilk and do what I did. And that is look for their sale table. Because we boozed on a budget, and boy, did we booze good. I picked up, this is a total of 30 beers. And let me read them off to you. I got a 6-pack of Kona Cocoa Brown, a 6-pack of Bell's Java Stout, a 6-pack of Laurelwood Rando IPA, a 6-pack of Great Divide Hibernation Ale, and a 4-pack of Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome. So I think that's 28 beers. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 6. That's 24 plus 4. Yes, 28 beers. For a grand total before tax, $24.60.
Wow.
Yes, less than $1 a beer. I mean, the Kona Cocoa Brown, $6. The Rando IPA, $5.
Damn.
Oh, this is the best deal of the day. The Great Divide Hibernation Ale, $3 for a 6-pack.
Holy shit.
50 cents a can.
Wow.
All good beers. All good beers. So I had to share my exciting news. I was very excited. Even my lady friend was like, you got to talk about this on the show. Like, you're right. We are boozing on a budget the good way.
Man.
Oh,
Wow.
God. Yeah, we were definitely boozing on a budget, and it was very tasty. So check out your sale tables. Look, they're all winter beers. Who cares?
Hey, that's right.
It gets cold at night.
Yep.
Yeah. It cools down. You pull out a Hibernation Ale. Boy, is that Hibernation Ale tasty. You go to fucking town on that thing. So check your sale tables, people. Don't be snobby.
Yeah.
I booze on a budget.
That's
folks.
right.
Shout.
Oh, man.
So excited about that. So I still have a couple left. I don't know how, but still have a couple left. All right, let's move on to what the beer girl is drinking.
What's this? A broad drinking beer? Must be a she-devil.
Hello there, it's me, and I am still doing the Asheville rounds, of course. Getting to know the beer around here and really enjoying the process. Last week I talked about Highlands IPA, which I really do enjoy, and it was their 23rd anniversary this week, so I went to the celebration, and they had a bunch of really great small batch beers, and they debuted a couple and paired them with some locally made cupcakes, which was cute. The small batch beer that I tried that stood out the most to me was their Golden Stout, which is a very new style for me. I've never seen it before, and it blew my mind just because if you're closing your eyes, you think you're drinking a dark beer, but it was completely golden, looked like an ale, Pilsner type thing, so that was really strange because it tasted so smoky and chocolatey. One of my favorite things about Asheville is that no matter where you go, you're pretty much going to find good beer, like whether it's a Shell station in the middle of nowhere or some like crappy restaurant, there's going to be at least good beer. I went to a place called the Brew Pump where they have beer on tap, but it's a gas station. So the beer that I'm going to tell you a little bit more about today is called Love Ninja, and it is from Asheville Brewing Company. I picked it up at a discount grocery store. It was like $3 for the bomber, which, I can't turn that down. So I poured it as I had started talking, and it's a fudge color, and it had about an inch or so of head, but that has now dissolved. This is the first time I've had this beer. I am trying it for the first time with you guys. It smells milky and chocolatey. It is a raspberry milk porter. I don't get any of that fruit smell yet, though. Okay, moment of truth. Whoa, I'm actually very surprised that I didn't smell the raspberry. That is a very strong flavor in this, but you do get the chocolate and that smooth, milky flavor as well. So this beer has a 5.6 ABV. It is only available seasonally. They put it out right towards the new year, so this bottle has been sticking around for a little bit. But that doesn't seem to affect it in any way. It's very tasty. So I feel like I've gotten a pretty good grip on Asheville beers. There's still obviously a lot more for me to do, but I think I'm about ready to put together an Asheville beer pack and do a giveaway next time you hear from me. So I look forward to it. See ya.
We look forward to it too.
Yeah. Giveaway.
Asheville beer giveaway.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man, I like the fact that she can like go to the Shell station and get beer.
How cool is that?
That's great.
At best, we can get like a 3-pack of Tall Boy Bud Lights or something.
Yeah.
That's all we're getting at the Shell station here.
And there's very, very few of them that will actually sell beer.
Yeah.
So you have to really look for them.
Yeah, weird like legal things or something.
It's weird. I don't know.
Though I have found that a lot of states don't do beer, especially beer that's, I guess, craft beer. It's beer that's over a certain percentage in the grocery store, where California does.
Oh,
do
yeah,
that. We can get pretty decent beer at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I mean, Trader Joe's is our hookup for sure.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of states don't do that for some reason.
Yeah. You have to go to certain beverage places.
Yeah, like
liquor store,
liquor
whatever,
stores,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah. But apparently, I need a trip to Asheville to go hit up the gas station.
No kidding.
Oh God! Every time she talks about Asheville, I want to go take a trip there. Sounds amazing.
Fill her up, and I'm thirsty.
Yeah. Fill me up.
Uh-huh.
Follow the Beer Girl on all the social medias. It's the Beer Girl. You can also find her blog, her beer blog, where she writes very eloquently about all her tasty beer adventures at itsthebeergirl.com. That's simple. Nice and easy. Nice little .com for everybody to remember now. So do check that out. All right. We're drinking our second beer of the night. And, you know, we just need some musics.
From a bottle, from a can, why don't people understand my inebriation? Beer science.
Go get the ringtone, everybody. We are drinking Perrin Brewing Company's Triangulation Imperial Oatmeal Stout. Now, this is a collaboration between them, Cigar City Brewing, whose IPA we just had, and Oskar Blues, who is quite tasty, right out of Colorado. This is born from bringing together the brewmasters of Perrin, Cigar City, and Oskar Blues Brewery. This big-bodied, robust oatmeal imperial stout was brewed with a wide spectrum of malts from around the globe, experimental hops, and a special London ale yeast strain. Triangulation is a beer that shows our strengths and unity through the sums of the parts. This baby's rocking a 9% ABV. We're approaching those double digits. And IBUs are 30. This is another one from AlexBird42 on Twitter, part of his pack that he sent me. I'm going to take a little drink of this now while you enjoy what you could be having as your ringtone. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Mm-hmm. You get the sweet booziness.
Oh, man, yeah.
Sweet booze. That's like your tropical hoppiness. This one's got sweet booziness.
Yes.
I taste maybe some raisin and fig.
Oh, okay. I mean, the chocolate and coffee hits me right away.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, I mean, that's
definitely some dark chocolate.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's that right there is that's my thing.
Mm-hmm. I love. You know, I should. I'll talk about it in a second. One beer at a time. Getting excited. I just got a beer boner. Yeah, this is great. Definitely. I'm leaning raisin or fig. I'm leaning maybe towards fig, but definitely some chocolate, a little bit of coffee. Like I said, that sweet booziness. It's not like too boozy. It's not. It's not hot. It's not too boozy.
Yeah, the malty. Yeah.
Yeah, this is quite nice.
Oh yeah.
BA gives it an 87. I may add a couple points to that.
I definitely would.
Yeah, maybe it's the beer talking. But I think like a 91, 92 is very fair on this.
And like I said earlier, I'm kind of my favorite taste is in this, so I'm probably a little bit partial. Yeah. Alcohol.
Oh, yeah. I can taste the alcohol. I love it. I got a little heel there.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
this is magical.
It sure is, Huel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like the chocolatey coffee kind of thing that I love that.
Yeah, this is good. I love Alex.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah.
Alex.
Oh. If I could do horrible sexual things to you.
Oh, man.
This is good. This is a good send, my friend.
Yes.
Excuse me, let me reel it back in here. Yeah, so anyways, if you guys I've never seen this before. He sent it to me. Perrin Brewing Company. Like I said, collabo with Cigar City and Oskar Blues. If you haven't had Oskar Blues does good stuff too. This is great. Triangulation. Hence, 3 breweries, Triangulation, whatever. All right, I should tell you about the other chocolatey stout I had over the weekend. I almost forgot about this. It's called Chocolate.
Oh, yeah?
CHOKLAT. It's spelled all weird. I posted a picture on the Instagrams, The Unfiltered Gentlemen, where you can find us. It was the best chocolate stout I've had in quite some time. It is from Southern Tier Brewing Company. It tasted like drinking chocolate milk for adults.
Wow.
It was so good. I paired it up. Starting to sound a little gay here. I paired it up with some very nice caramel and sea salt chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So I was eating the chocolate, drinking the beer. Holy shit. It was so good.
Wow.
I wish I had 2 bottles. I really would, surprisingly, share it with you guys, but I only had 1 bottle. It was from one of my beer club things. And
wow.
I only ordered 1. If I ever come across it again, it's definitely beer of the week. It was so good.
Oh, man.
I could not get over how good it was. It was really sad when I hit the end of that glass.
And does it say where that one came from? That you recall?
Not that I recall.
Okay.
I know that I could look it up on my little picture here. Southern Tier Brewing Company is not on the front of the bottle. So never mind. I can't tell you where it's from. Oh, Lakewood, New York.
Oh, okay.
Lakewood, New York is where it's from. It's so good. It is so good. I couldn't get enough. I was so sad I had to share it with my lady friend. It's like, oh, yeah, I should have given her like the Kona on sale beer and kept this one.
Here's the beer.
This is the
stuff right here.
Yeah, absolutely. So that one, chocolate, does have a 95 on Beer Advocate. Well deserved.
Oh yeah,
well deserved. So, anyway, we're drinking Triangulation, and it's also delicious. I like it a lot. All right, what else do we have to talk about here? Beer Girl, check. Old timey word of the week: Gentleman of 4 Oats. Gentleman of 4 Oats. It's when a vulgar, blustering fellow asserts that he is a gentleman. The retort generally is, yes, a gentleman of 4 oats, that is, without wit, money, or credit, and without manners.
Oh.
So those 4 things you don't have. You're a gentleman of 4 oats.
That's me.
That is you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. That's rude. Yeah, you're a gentleman of 4 oats.
Yes, I am.
We're probably all gentlemen of 4 oats. So anyways, gentleman of 4 oats. Use it on the Instagrams or any of our social media. We'll retweet or socialize or whatever.
I'm guessing a gentleman of 4 oats really don't get too many bubs.
Nice. You nailed it. You nailed it. That brings us right into this. This one's a classy dame with a great palate. It's Beer Babe of the Week. Beer Babe of the Week. Her name, Amanda Mixon, M-I-X-O-N. You can find her on the Instagrams at the Beer Vixen. Not to be confused with Mixon. She's a delicious,
yes, she is,
beer-loving lady. And you should all follow her on Instagram.
Definitely.
She knows her beers and knows how to take great pictures.
Yes, she does.
I'm getting dyslexic. So do yourself a favor and follow at the Beer Vixen on Instagram there, and I'm pretty sure you won't be sorry. Scott's not.
No, absolutely not.
Not at all.
Good suds.
Suds. Yeah, she's in the bathtub, by the way. We'll post a picture for you all on our social
kind of in
medias.
the way. But.
Yeah, well, you get what you get. Before we get to the BeeredBlackMan, there's one thing I wanted to share. A couple months ago, I shared a recipe. I think it was for chili, if I'm not mistaken. And I actually, surprisingly, we had some listeners tell me that they really enjoyed it and that they liked the chili recipe. So I thought I'd share another recipe.
Oh, cool.
And this is a great recipe to have with beer. And this is also along the lines of my mostly keto diet, minus the beer. And this is pizza. And I missed having pizza. And I found like some cauliflower pizza dough recipes that were good, but weren't the same. I found a pizza dough recipe that I'm going to share with you that I tweaked just mildly. And if you guys are doing low carb thing, this is the bee's knees. And even if you're not, in fact, you've had some of this before. A couple months ago, I made some pizza, and this was this recipe.
Right. Okay.
It's just good. It's tasty pizza.
Yes, it is.
So here's what you need. You need 3 cups of mozz, 4 tablespoons of cream cheese. Here's the thing. If you're going low carb, you have to get the full fat everything, because if it's low fat, that means there's sugar in it. 4 tablespoons grated Parmesan cheese, not that crap in the can. A cup and a half of almond flour. Try to get like the finely milled, or whatever they call it, almond flour, the blanched stuff. A couple of eggs. Tablespoon. See, the recipe originally calls for like a tablespoon of dried Italian seasoning. I just found some good seasonings that go well in pizza dough. Just dump it in there. Don't worry about the measuring. I don't measure shit. And it says half teaspoon of salt. Once again, don't measure. Just put some fucking salt in there. Here's what you do. You got to melt the mozz by itself in the microwave. Put it in there for like 25 seconds at a time. As soon as it finally melts, then pour it into your bowl of all the other ingredients and start mixing with your hands. And you'll get this like sludgy mess, whatever. If you have, wax paper, one of those cool silicone cookie sheet things like I have, throw it out on that. That's on the cookie sheet. Spread it out to your desired pizza crust thickness. Get it all nice and even. Throw it in the oven at about 450. The recipe I found called for the broiler, and I found that just fucking burnt it. So I do about 450 for 5 or 6 minutes per side, and just look for it to get golden. If it gets golden, flip it over, and then do it another couple minutes, and you're good. And then you just top with whatever you want. You like pizza sauce, you like Alfredo. I did a barbecue chicken a couple weeks ago. Put a little barbecue on there. Put your sauce, put your cheese, your toppings, all your goods, and put it back in the oven just long enough to melt the cheese. I usually bring it back down to like a 350 type temp for just cheese melting, and it makes one tasty pizza. And if you're really doing the low carb thing like me, I tried something and it worked out well. I added some baking soda to it, and it fluffed up, and then I turned it into bread. It was like a focaccia.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was pretty tasty.
Wow.
So if you're into the low carb thing, you're welcome. If not, I hope you guys are still awake. That's all I got to say about that. We got another email.
Oh, cool.
Yes, another email from another listener.
So damn popular.
I know. Last couple of weeks, our 2 listeners have emailed in. We're going to run out.
Been bored.
I know. We're going to run out of emails to read. All right. This one, what's the subject? Favorite new brewery. Hey, gentlemen. I've been thinking about all the new beer I've tried this year, and it's starting to get a little insane. I just can't get enough of that sweet craft nectar of the gods. Me too. I recently discovered Great Divide, and I'm going down on a Yeti as we speak. Read that as you will. Hey, wait, isn't this one great? Oh, no, this is Oskar Blues. I see. So I wanted to know 2 things. A, what is your favorite new beer or brewery of 2017? And how do you keep track of everything that you drank so far? Thanks for the free entertainment. Cheers, fellas. Ed from New York.
Free.
Shit. Oops. We better change that. All right. Here, I'll let you think about your answer for favorite new beer or brewery of 2017. First, I'll say, how do you keep track of everything? I use 2 methods. One is Untapped, the app Untapped. It's like Facebook for beer. And you can find the Unfiltered Gentleman. Everything I drink, I put on there. I try to. Sometimes I'm a little lazy. But I try to track the things I drink or that we drink on Untapped and give it a little rating and a little write-up about it. And like I said, it's like a Facebook or a Twitter for beer. It's social. You can tag friends and they can cheers your tap and all that stuff. So use Untapped. Find us, too, the Unfiltered Gentleman. I also use the Instagram a lot, too. If I see a beer, I was like, man, I feel like I had that recently. I just kind of go through my Instagrams real quick and see if I can't find it there. The great thing about Untapped is you can actually search for beers you've had. You can type it in like, oh, yep, you checked into this beer 1 time or 5 times or whatever. It's like, oh, yeah, I did have that beer 5 times. I was just hammered each time. And it's interesting to see because when you go to check in, it'll show you the last score that you gave it. So tonight you're thinking like, this thing's a fucking 4-star. And last time you're like, this is a 5-star. So it's interesting to see. As far as favorite beer or brewery of 2017, that is a tough one. I got a couple. I talked about this a couple weeks ago, and you'll be listening to it in a couple weeks. I recently did an interview with Josh from M Special Brewing. I know this sounds like a cheap plug, but I really enjoyed Josh's beers. We had 4 of their staples on the show a few weeks back. Josh just does really good work up at M Special. I mean, he has one of the best lagers there is, and it's just good quality beer. And then the other thing I was thinking of was from my trip to San Diego at New Year's, there was 2 new ones that I really liked. One was called Benchmark, and we had Hop Chunks on the show, and that's Dan's favorite new beer. I think I can answer for him by saying Hop Chunks is his favorite new beer of 2017. He really, really liked it. And I really liked all of Matt's beers down there at Benchmark. And the other one was Helix Brewing Company. Their double IPA called Double Helix was probably the best double IPA I've ever had. It was the most well-balanced IPA I've had, that's for sure. So it was really, really good. I don't know if you have a beer or brewery of 2017.
The beer that comes to mind, and you're going to have to help me out, is we had it one time on the show not too long ago.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. So that's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a small one in a box.
In a box.
I think it was a Stone.
Oh, was it the Firestone Fortem? The Leo versus Ursus?
Could have been. It was just like it was a small bottle, but it's like 14.5%.
Oh, it was a bottle.
Yeah.
Oh. That was the Bravo, the brown one.
Okay.
It was like a sweeter dessert.
Yes. Yeah. They aged it in bourbon barrels and all that.
That was our first Craft Yourself segment.
Yes. Because I like that so well. I actually went out and bought myself one.
Did you?
I did.
Nice.
And I drank it all by myself.
Good job.
Didn't share it with nobody.
Yeah, don't share those stupid dogs.
Nope.
My dog did have a little bit of mine. Marty had some. That was the Firestone Bravo. That one was tasty. Now, get your ass to the store.
Right now,
because they just a couple weeks ago released Parabola for 2017.
I saw that yesterday in one of the. I was thinking about getting it and I didn't. But
pull that fucking trigger.
Okay,
pull it
I
now.
will.
I had one a week ago, and it was tasty.
Which one do you prefer?
I think this calls for some beer science.
Oh man,
that's a hard one. I'll tell you what I like more than those two put together is Paraba Java, which is Parabola mixed with coffee.
Ooh.
It is very hard to find. Probably can only get it from Barrel Works, which is their specialty division, whatever, in Buellton, California.
Oh, really?
People not from our area are like, what the fuck is Buellton, California? Exactly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the other one you were talking about, I saw for the first time yesterday, some little liquor store in Newbury Park.
Oh, really?
I just stopped in and they had it right there on the counter. I'm like, ooh, I like the other one so well, but I was like, I'll get it some other time.
I'll tell you, the Trader Joe's in Westlake Village has a lot of that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Right now they don't have Parabola. They're out of Parabola, but they do have Bravo. But if you see Parabola, if you liked Bravo, you will also very much like Parabola. Well, that goes for all you people out there.
A little beer science at home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, homework.
Yeah, that's a $20 assignment right there. Those two beers put together.
Yeah.
$10 each.
The other one I got at Costco, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Costco is starting to come through.
Yeah.
The aforementioned Fortem Leo versus Ursus, the IPA from Firestone that came out this year that replaced, the Double Jack that you like so much. That we like so much. We love the Fortem versus. They have it at least my Costco for, I think it's like $12. It's a couple of dollars cheaper for the 4-pack than anywhere else you can get it. Costco is surprisingly
starting to come through.
They don't have a huge selection, but they rotate through pretty quickly. So every time you go, you'll find a new one that's there for a pretty good price.
Yeah, I think it's like $7.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 7 or 8. But
shit, I wish my Costco had that.
Really? Yeah. Because as soon as I saw it, I'm going to grab that. Mm-hmm. But then I have to try the other one now.
Yeah, I got the Bravo's great. We had it. The Parabola. If you like the Bravo, you love the Parabola. That's amazing stuff.
I'm on it.
Get on it. I'm excited for all these new releases. So good. All right, let's hear what the BeeredBlackMan is drinking over there in Alabama.
What's going on, folks? BeeredBlackMan back again with another beer review. If you know anything about Alabama weather, you know that it can get really hot during the spring and summertime. So usually you want to drink something lighter, more refreshing, more crisp. today is not going to be one of those days because today I'm drinking the Imperial Biscotti Bourbon Maple Syrup Barrel Age. Now, what this is an Imperial Porter, and they age it in bourbon flavored maple syrup barrels. So, probably not the best thing to be drinking, especially when it's 11.5% ABV. So, in these kind of hot times, it's probably not the best thing to drink, but I'm still going to do it because I love y'all. So, starting off, this pours a pretty almost jet black. You can still see a little bit of highlights onto the side. And the smell on this is bourbon and maple straight up. I mean, this smells amazing, like how something that you will have for breakfast if you were having pancakes with maple syrup and then you would start drinking some bourbon onto the side, which that might actually sound pretty good. I might actually do this weekend. But going to the flavor is just that. It's bourbon, it's maple, it's everything that you would want in a dark beer. I mean, something like this, and it's not too light, because usually when you think of porters, you think of a little bit thinner, but this one has a good amount of body and thickness to it. Definitely not too sweet with the maple syrup, which I was kind of worried about, but it definitely held up on its own. Nice little blend between the maple syrup and bourbon. Like I said, coming at 11.5 ABV, it's definitely high up there. You can feel it. I would say that might feel more around 12%. So it's definitely a sipper. This is definitely something you don't want to chug. And if you decide to chug it, may God be with you. But I definitely will say that this is a delicious, awesome beer. The only bad thing about it is it's already came and gone. A lot of people already got it. If you're able to get your hands on it, definitely enjoy it, because I definitely did. But yeah, that's the beer review. It's simple, short, sweet, to the point, and it's definitely something that I will be on the lookout again for. Make sure that you follow me on all the social medias at BeeredBlackMan, and that's BeeredBlackMan. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I just now got Facebook, and I'm introducing to y'all for the very first time. I got the blog up, so BeeredBlackMan.wordpress.com. Check it out. I'm almost at 1,000 followers on Instagram, so there might be a big giveaway coming up pretty soon. So let's see what we can do to get up to 1,000. I'm hoping to get there within around June. So let's just say that. But until the next time I talk to y'all, be good. Don't fuck shit up. Don't be obsolete like the nefarious brother Nero, or I shall delete you like Broken Matt Hardy. Until next time, peace.
That sounded fucking phenomenal.
It did. Wow.
What's better than bourbon for breakfast?
No kidding.
Oh, God.
That bourbon aged is just like, wow.
Yeah. All the rest, delete.
Make it obsolete.
Yeah, that's right. Brother Ralph over there. Oh, no one else gets that.
Broken Ralph.
Yeah. Delete. You guys, like you said, follow Bearded Black Man at Bearded, BEER. That's 2 E's. BEER. They might have ran together. ED Black Man on the social medias, and check out his blog. Get some bearded readings in there as well. Do not forget to follow him. All right, we got a little news before we end the show out here. Let's talk a little news.
Extra, extra, drink all about it. It's time for booze news.
It absolutely is. And this one comes from our friends over at the Booze League, theboozeleague.com. And this write-up's from Wiley Withers. He did a write-up about the 5 cool facts about Guinness you may not have known. Number 1, Guinness Brewery is on a 9,000-year lease.
Wow.
Yeah. They hooked it up. In 1752, the Archbishop of Cashel, Arthur Price, died. Not much is recorded of how or why this happened, but what history does tell us is that he was the godfather of one Arthur Guinness. Archbishop Price bequeathed pound sign 100, like 100 pounds, I don't know, to Arthur Guinness, which he used to start a brewery in a small town in Kildare called Leixlip. in 1756. Arthur Guinness ran the brewery with his brother until 1759 when he took his share and his experience to Dublin. On December 31st, 1759, Arthur Guinness signed a lease for the abandoned St. James Gate property in Dublin. The lease was for an unbelievable 9,000 years with a yearly payment of 45 weird $sign thing. To put that in perspective, Guinness has a yearly cost for their brewery property of around $64, or for another 8,743 years. And no, those aren't $1,759. It's a lease. It doesn't change with inflation. Guinness pays its yearly lease. Oh, just got it in.
Yes.
Literally within seconds every year. Because, and then number 2 billion pints of Guinness are sold every year.
Wow.
Huge numbers.
Yeah.
Huge numbers. 3, Guinness's yearly Arthur's Day celebration had to be canceled due to its success. They started this in 2009, and it got so effing popular that 911 calls were increased like 60%, and they had to cancel it. Number 4, Guinness has less calories than orange juice.
Oh.
So drink up.
I'm going on a diet.
That's right. Drink up for breakfast. It's Guinness. It takes exactly 119.5 seconds to pour the perfect pint of Guinness. There you go. And bonus fact, the Irish government couldn't trademark the Irish harp because Guinness had already done it. The harp has been Guinness's emblem since 1862 when it was on the very first bottle of Guinness made. It's based on the famous 14th century O'Neill or Brian Boru harp. Guinness went on to trademark the harp 14 years later in 1876. This harp is also the official national emblem of the Republic of Ireland, but when the Irish Free State government of 1922 tried to trademark it, they were denied. In order to get their trademark, the government had to turn the harp the other way in order to differentiate it from Guinness's emblem. So there you have it. Guinness is more Irish than even Ireland.
I guess so.
Yes. So thank you, Booze League, for that. What else? Oh, InBev, a.k.a. Budweiser, is going to open a brewery, a Latin-themed brewery in Miami by the name of Vezesur or something like that. So if you're in Miami and you're like, oh, look, a Latin-themed brewery called Vezesur, you don't go.
Vezesur.
You better be saying it like that if you're going to walk into those doors. They took our job. What else? Oh, this person gets the Someone Needs a Beer award.
All right.
Yes. Calling your boss a nasty motherfucker shouldn't get you fired, according to judges.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I'll try it.
Yeah, keep this in mind. Back in October 2011, Hernan Perez got chewed out by his boss. We've all been there, but Perez, whose workplace was in the midst of a tense unionization campaign, escalated things during his next break by publishing a Facebook post dedicated to his boss. Quote, Bob is such a nasty motherfucker. Don't know how to talk to people. Fuck his mother and his entire fucking family. What a loser. Vote yes for the union. 3 days later, the post came to management's attention. Perez took it down. A little over a week later, following an investigation, he was fired. He'd worked for the company for 13 years, but on Friday, a federal appeals court ruled Perez, like all workers, has the right to call his boss a nasty motherfucker, at least when such speech is part of a legally protected statement involving union activity. We note, however, that Perez's conduct sits at the outer bounds of protected union-related comments, the judges wrote. Per 60, his employer did not respond to request for comment. The post, now more than a half-decade old, was published 2 days before Per 60 employees voted to unionize in an October 27, 2011 election. Perez knew that his Facebook friends, including 10 coworkers, would be able to see the post, although he may not have known it was publicly accessible. Because his comments involved union activity, it's a good thing he wrote that yes for the union at the end. They had the protection of the National Labor Relations Act, according to the courts. The acts covered most union-related speech unless it crosses an ambiguously drawn line into territory. So, opprobrious expressing scorn or criticism that it loses protection. Apparently, that wasn't the case this time, according to the judge.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
So calling your boss a nasty motherfucker is okay.
All right.
Just make sure you're midst union talks. I guess maybe just no matter what you're doing, just like, you nasty motherfucker, we should union. Like, we haven't even talked about union yet. But we should.
we are now.
I thought you said you hated unions. I do, but we should union. Wait, what? So, anyways, what a nasty motherfucker.
No kidding. Go Union.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, before we get out of here, one quick last little thing. We got tales from Uber.
Cool.
For y'alls.
Does your cabbie make you queasy? It's tales from Uber.
Yeah.
So, my tale from Uber is early one morning. I dropped somebody off at Burbank Airport. I got a call to pick somebody up. This is a quick one. I picked somebody up at.
That's what she said.
She's used to it. At the Disney Studios, not Disneyland, but the Disney Studios
in Burbank.
So the first thing I get was a phone call. She's telling me which gate to pick her up at. I'm like, okay. I get to the gate. There's nobody there, but just piles of luggage.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm guessing, okay, I know what I got to do.
Yeah.
So I throw the luggage in the car. All of a sudden, she comes running up, and first thing she says is, "I try to get Uber X." And those of you who've taken Uber know what I'm talking about. I try to get Uber X,
cheap Uber.
Well, Uber Pool's the cheapest.
Well, the cheapest, yeah.
Yeah. She goes, I tried to get Uber X, but all I could get was Uber Pool, and I'm running late getting to the airport. So me being a nice guy, I said, I'll tell you what, if I get any calls between here and there, I'll just ignore it because I don't want you to be late. Okay, thank you, I appreciate it. And so, of course, I got some more calls to pick people up.
Right.
I ignored them.
Wow, what a nice guy.
And I told her, I go, oh, here comes the call, but you know what? For you, I'm going to ignore it. And she didn't say shit.
I like how you made it very obvious.
Yeah.
But for you
and you only.
You sound a little, not to be racist, but Armenian. Oh, for you, my friend.
So I got her to the airport and unloaded her luggage, and she never said nothing, just walked away.
No tip or anything?
Nothing. Not even a thank you. She didn't say shit. I put her luggage down, she picked it up and walked away.
Wow. Yeah. That's friendly of her.
Yeah, very nice.
And
I lost money because I didn't stop and pick these other people up. So
and lesson learned, that's the last time?
Yeah. Fuck you, bitch. Go Union.
Yeah. You nasty bitch. Or nasty motherfucker.
You nasty motherfucking bitch.
Yeah, that's
Go
right.
Union.
Yeah. Go Union. Uber Union. Union.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Real quickly, I have a tales from Uber.
Oh, nice.
I took an Uber over the weekend. We went drinking at the aforementioned Wade's Wines. And a couple other places. And we Ubered home. And so I called the Uber, and it said like 14 minutes away. That's sort of the problem with that area. It takes a while. It's like, all right, 14 minutes. It goes down to 10, goes down to 7, 6, and it starts going back up again. 8, 9, 10. It's like 7, 6, 5, 4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes away. 5, 6, 7. Like, what the fuck? And it was on my lady friend's phone. So finally, the guy calls. She's like, you answer. Like he's going to reach through and stab her or something. It's like, yeah, hello. Where are you guys at? So I told him we were at a brewery, the place we were at. And he said, you're not on the side of the freeway? No. It says you're on the side of the freeway, so it had me get on the freeway, get off, and get back on. Well, we're very much not on the side of the freeway. And I even looked at her, after we got the phone, I looked at her map, because I had set the location. I was like, nope, we're very much not on the side of the freeway. It's like, no, and I told him the brewery we were at. And I said, oh, it's next to an In-N-Out. Oh. I said, do you know where the In-N-Out is? Yeah, I think so. So you're not on the freeway. No. Went a couple laps on that. And he's all right, I think I know where you are. So he drives up, and I see him drive like the wrong way. It's a big parking lot. It's a big strip mall area. He drives the wrong way, then finally circles around and pulls up in front of the brewery. I was like, hi, you insert name here. I don't know, maybe. What? I was like, what? All right, so we get in, and he's got some music on. For those of you 90s hip-hop lovers, Dan, it was... It was 112, which is some R&B jams. And it was not, I wouldn't say he was blasting it, but it was above talking level. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, sorry, turn off the 112. I've been listening to the romantic music, whatever. Like, all right. Then he blasts 90s like Notorious B.I.G. and P. Diddy, and like he had like the Bad Boy Best Of album and just blasted it. It's like, all right, he's driving like a crazy person. I kept looking at, apparently, and you may know this, when you got the Uber app going and you go over 80, it tells you to slow down.
I don't know. I've never gone that fast.
Oh yeah. Well, he has.
In case Uber's listening.
Yeah, his
motherfuckers,
music.
go Union.
Yeah, his app kept dropping the music out, and every time I'd look down, it'd be like 82. And it's like, whatever. Like, it doesn't bother me if you go a little fast as long as you're not an insane person. Except he was an insane person. And so we got off the freeway, and for whatever reason, the Uber app was being stupid and was telling him to go a different way. And I said, your Uber app's being fucked up. Just go this way. And so that's not the only thing that's fucked up.
Oh, God.
I was like, oh, God. No wonder. And so I was like, you know what?
Was his name Steve by any chance?
I wish. I'd have felt okay if it was Steve. Yeah.
He's experienced.
Yeah. So we finally get there. I was like, yeah, just right here is finally. Just let us out of the fucking car. Like, he was insane.
Wow.
And then I reported him to Uber.
Did you?
Yeah. I was like, this is... I shouldn't have to pay for this.
Yeah.
Because that was insane. And B, he shouldn't be driving people.
No kidding.
I think
he needs Uber himself.
Yeah. I think he went through a breakup because he listened to like romantic R&B and drinking and driving or whatever and driving.
Yeah.
So anyways, that was my tales from Uber.
Wow. Yeah, I found out about that going over 80 thing because a couple weeks ago I picked up a guy early in the morning and he was very nice about it. He just like, I'm running late. Don't be just do the best you can.
Sure.
So I'm like, okay. When they're nice like that, I go, So yeah, when I was on the 405, and it's 4 a.m, there's nobody out there.
Right.
So there's a few places I was doing an 85 or whatever, and I'd see that little red thing flashing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do they say anything to you?
Uber didn't. No.
Oh, okay.
But
I wonder if it tracks it or anything.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I mean, he didn't. He was fine with it because obviously he was running late. And
yeah.
There's nobody else on the roads.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the morning on the 405.
Yeah.
There's nobody out there. I will say, God, we're running out of time. I was on the 405 in the morning at about that time. I used to work the morning shift, and I was doing like 90.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
still get passed.
Oh, yeah. You totally still get passed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the slow guy doing 90.
Right.
Some motorcycle cop pulls up next to me, turns his lights on, shit my pants, and all of a sudden, so I slow down, obviously.
Yeah.
Because what else are you going to do besides slam on the brakes? And I got back down to like 70. As I'm hitting 70, he turns his lights off and drives off.
Wow.
Doing like 90 himself, of course. But like, hey, just a warning or whatever. Like,
yeah. I just want to make you shit your pants.
Yeah, you nasty motherfucker.
Smell you all day.
Yeah, with your unions. So, anyways, we've gone over time, but well worth it with the Tales from Uber.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm. And those nasty motherfuckers. Anyways.
Union.
Yeah. As long as we keep saying union.
We're good.
Whether we feel it or not. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks, like I said before, for telling a friend. If you guys need to find a way to listen to us, just go to theunfilteredgentleman.com/listen. That's pretty fucking simple, and you'll find all the ways there. Of course, iTunes and all that good stuff. Leave us a nice little review and rating on iTunes. We'd much appreciate that. We're on all these social medias. The Unfiltered Gentleman. On Twitter, it's @UnfilteredGents. They didn't like the long name of The Unfiltered Gentleman. They're racist against beer drinkers. Mm-hmm. Of course, our number is 805-538-BEER. That's 2337.
Happy birthday.
There it is. You can call, leave a drunk voicemail. Please call us when you're drunk. Drunk dial us.
Yeah.
We don't judge.
Give us the burp word of the week.
Absolutely. Give us anything. Whatever you want.
Something drunk.
Give it to us. Nice.
Fart. We don't care.
Yeah. Put your phone up on your ass. Just let her rip. Please. That would be great. Anyways, I think that's everything. But first, happy birthday to Dan.
Happy birthday, Dan.
No showing, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right.
Poop, poop, a doop.
Go Union. That's right.
And everybody out there listening, make sure you stay hydrated. And on that note, good night, everybody.